I'd catch a grenade for you, throw my hand on a blade for you. I'd jump in front of a train for you, take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you. These lyrics from the Bruno Mars song Grenade describe all these things that he would do for a woman who, if you listened from the beginning of the song, had already moved on from the relationship. Would you walk around permanently disfigured or disabled for someone who wasn't that actually committed? So what would you die for? Many of you would say your spouse, your kids, your family, maybe friends. Janina Huber told me that she took an oath in 1996 to serve the Royal Navy, Queen, and country in whatever capacity was required. And she said you made that choice to do whatever it takes to keep you and those around you safe. And that includes the ultimate sacrifice, dying for those you serve. Now, when we consider this question, what would you die for? We have to weigh the worth of our own lives with the worth of the thing or the person that we would be willing to die for. You may like your car or your pet fish, but I'm hoping you would not jump on a grenade for them. And yet, when we read about the days leading up to Jesus' death on the cross in the Gospel of Matthew, we get a close-up look at the people that Jesus chose to die for, and they don't exactly show themselves very worthy. He died for Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples, one of the inner circle, who betrayed Jesus to the chief priests for 30 pieces of silver. This wasn't actually worth very much. In fact, it was the exact amount in Jewish law that you had to pay if someone's slave was accidentally killed. So Jesus basically died for those who thought his life was worth the price of a dead slave. He died for Peter, named the Rock, because he was the foundation upon which the church was built, also, again, one of the inner circle, and yet he denied Jesus 3 times, even after Jesus told him earlier that evening that he would do this very thing. He died for the disciples who fell asleep in the Garden of Gethsemane after he asked them to stay awake with him. He died for the Jewish rulers who broke their own rules in so many different ways. That you can't arrest somebody at night, you can't arrest somebody during a festival, or give a death penalty without waiting for a day. You have to have reliable witnesses, broke all of their own rules. He even died for Pontius Pilate and the Roman rulers who flogged and mocked and ultimately crucified Jesus, even though he, Pontius Pilate, didn't believe that Jesus deserved the death penalty. And he even died for the crowd, the people that he came to love and serve, even after they were yelling for him to be crucified. Now, we know from John chapter 1 that Jesus was part of the creation of everything that was made in the universe. And compared to the vastness of the universe, we are so microscopically small. And yet, Jesus, who lived and loved us perfectly, weighed the worth of his own life and chose to die for us, knowing our capacity to betray, to deny, to cheat, to murder. Knowing our capacity to choose evil over obedience, our capacity even to oppose him. He knows everything about us, and yet he still chose to die for us. As Paul says in Romans chapter 5, very rarely will someone die for a righteous person, though for a good person, someone might possibly dare to die. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So today is Good Friday, when we remember Jesus' death on the cross for those he chose to die for. And his love makes all the difference in how we understand what's worth living for, which is exactly what we're going to explore on Easter Sunday, this coming Sunday, when we celebrate Jesus' resurrection. We'll see you at 10:30 a.m. on Facebook Live. Love to see you there.